You're correct that we're not the first vendor to offer a public cloud service. I think the choice in focusing on hybrid cloud as our model is part of why we think we need to enter this market. Only a fraction of workloads have actually moved to the public cloud at this point. More than 90% of VMs still run inside of our customers' data centers. And in that data center environment, VMware and vSphere is the de facto standard. Market share and standardization, it is the operating system for on-premise data centers. So for us, the opportunity is to seamlessly extend that model to a hybrid cloud. It allows our customers to leverage the existing investment in infrastructure, in tools, in processes, in expertise that they have on their teams as they evolve and extend to public cloud, rather than treating public cloud as a forklift upgrade or a separate silo of information technology. What VMware has achieved for the last 10 years, the revolution in server virtualization, has all been about the concept of abstraction, pooling those resources together, and unifying the management of that infrastructure. What's kind of unique with VMware's approach to the public cloud is we get to leverage that same benefit across a hybrid cloud environment. That means that the infrastructure that is running in our data centers is compatible with the infrastructure that's running in our customers' data centers. The applications that they've already certified and tuned to run on vSphere today will work on vCloud hybrid service. More importantly, it's not just about bringing that application to the public cloud, it's also about the connectivity between the public cloud and your on-premise data center. And so with network virtualization, with our management tools, we actually can extend the data center infrastructure through a single pane of glass. You have seamless network integration and migration of workloads, the ability to create similar multi-tiered network environments in a public cloud, so you don't need to reconstruct the security or network model around the application. And the tools you've already developed and standardized on can actually give you visibility into those cloud resources as if they were part of your existing data center. And so you don't go to a separate console and track a separate metric. You actually use the same tools you do today to manage your data center efficiently, and now add your public cloud capacity to that same pane of glass. Foundationally, over 2,000 ISVs have partnered with VMware on certifying their applications for support on vSphere, over 3,800 applications. And our message to our customers is, we will allow you to bring those applications with you into our cloud, but we will also provide the tools that you want and need to develop your next generation of cloud-native applications on the same platform. Mm-hmm. So you don't have one cloud for existing apps and a separate cloud for new apps. We think one common cloud platform for new and existing applications, for IT and developers, for on-premise and public cloud, really is the vision that VMware can deliver. First and foremost, we clearly think the majority of the workloads that will hit our public cloud are workloads that run in a VMware environment today. That's whom we're selling to. We're selling to 500,000 customers, 40 million on-premise VMs. And so we have spent a lot of time on the seamless integration of the data center and the public cloud for that existing vSphere install base. We have tools like vCloud Connector, which is purpose-built to connect an on-premise and off-premise environment. It constructs the secure connection and allows you to migrate your VMs not just as VMs, but as complete vApps, for example. And so you can look at the interaction between multiple VMs, the network settings that go with them, and take that with you when you migrate with a tool like vCloud Connector. More uniquely, we don't just do layer 3 connectivity. We do support IPsec VPN connections for secure connections, but we also can offer stretch layer 2 networking. So we can allow a customer to take the IP space and network configurations that might be hard-coded into their applications, move those applications into our cloud without having to redesign that network configuration, because you can do a layer 2 SSL connection use the VXLAN technology from our networking team to port those applications while preserving the exact same network configuration. That being said, we do support interoperability not just into VMware environments. One key aspect of the vCloud hybrid service is that it's one of a large community of compatible vCloud-based offerings. For years, we've been offering through our service provider program, certified vCloud-powered and vCloud data center environments with our service provider partners. One of those benefits is interoperability. You can move workloads between any of these clouds. There's no vendor lock-in. There's a common set of APIs that can be used to interoperate between these environments. Lastly, with non-VMware clouds, we've really relied on our partner ecosystem. So we have several partners who have built entire business models on how to migrate into and out of VMware and Amazon and other OpenStack-based cloud environments. And so they're strategic partners of ours, and for customers who need that, we can look to our partners. Mm-hmm. We believe that vSphere does represent the best hypervisor option. I mean, we stand behind the technical capabilities, the business value that's delivered by vSphere. And so because of that, and because of the dominant market share that we have with vSphere, vCloud hybrid service is really designed to cater to those existing vSphere-based workloads. And so we naturally extend that market. That being said, I think as customers have developed different use cases for potentially alternative hypervisors, they've increasingly relied on VMware for management of their data centers because they've standardized on VMware. So as they introduce potentially other hypervisors for specific targeted applications, they have asked VMware for us to embrace a heterogeneous environment and extend our management tools so that they can continue to use the provisioning and the automation and the management of their environment across those different hypervisors. And so if you look at a tool like vCloud Automation Center, it is designed to provide governance and automation around how you provision workloads, but you can use vCloud Automation Center across heterogeneous private cloud environments, across different hypervisors, as well as heterogeneous public cloud environments. So it'll interoperate with vCloud hybrid service, but it will also interoperate with Amazon Web Services. I mean, our view is we believe we have the best hypervisor, but if a customer has embraced some other hypervisor for a certain application, but still looks to VMware for management, our tools will let them continue to use those management processes regardless of the underlying components. For our own service, we don't see demand for us to be hosting non-VMware workloads today. So if a customer wants to convert a workload from Zen or from AWS into us, there are tools that will do that. But in the future, we will provide the service that our customers demand. If they're looking for support for different environments, that's something we clearly consider as part of long-term strategy. That's a great question. I think there's two key aspects I'd like to cover. The first is when we sell our license business, we are selling into a smaller piece of the market because the hypervisor or even the hypervisor and management tools are one component of a rich set of technologies, hardware, and other non-VMware software components that the customer needs to buy. When they purchase a complete service offering from us, they are purchasing a service that encompasses data center capacity, operations team, hardware, server, networking and storage hardware, every aspect of it. So from a share of wallet for VMware, this is an opportunity for us to be much more strategic in a customer's budget. We represent a much bigger piece of that budget by virtue of offering a complete infrastructure as a service offering. At the same time, there are benefits to having the consolidated workloads across our multiple customers in a single environment, managed by a common set of tools. So we have scale efficiencies. We also have the unique ability to embrace some of our software-defined data center technologies to drive out more standardization and more efficient capital efficiency in our data center strategy. So what that means is we likely can run the infrastructure more cost effectively than especially some of our smaller customers can. For our larger customers, it's not that they are necessarily just looking at the direct licensing or subscription cost. They are looking at total cost of ownership. By working with VMware, they're not just replacing the cost of running it themselves, they're also freeing up their IT resources to go focus on what's most strategic to their organizations. So they let us be in the business of data center operations and patching and upgrading the infrastructure and replacing the hardware appropriately, and they get to focus on the services that their business users need. So it's not just a price X versus price Y. It's about the efficient deployment of their human resources and focusing on what really differentiates them rather than the set of basic data center operations that they'd rather outsource to VMware.
Thanks very much for your insight. I appreciate it, Angelos.
Absolutely. Thank you.